Hello, and welcome to the Writing Station's handwriting practice session. Today we are going to find out what those lines mean on our writing paper. Parents and teachers, you will need to click on the link in the description box to print out a copy of today's writing practice paper. In addition, you will also need crayons, a pencil, scissors, and glue stick. Just a quick note, parents and teachers, we work very hard to bring you high quality videos. Please don't forget to hit the like button, share, and subscribe to this channel. Very important. Thank you. Okay, boys and girls, let's get started with our lesson. This is our writing grid. If you notice that your writing paper looks very similar to this. The first line at the top is called the skyline. Then the second line, the dotted line, is called the plane line. The third line is called the grass line. The fourth line is called the worm line. And boys and girls, each line is very important to being able to form letters and write words. And you will see as we move on through our writing later on. You will need your crayon for this next activity. Show me blue. The first line is called, what is it called? Skyline. So we're going to color the first line blue. When you think of the sky, you think of blue. The second line is black. This is the dotted line. We're going to color that line black. The third line is the grass line. We're going to color this line green. When you think of grass, you think of green. The last line, the fourth line, is called the worm line. We're going to color that brown. Okay, so we have our lines colored. So we can easily identify the first line is blue, that's our skyline, black for our plane line, green for the grass line, and brown, the last line, is our worm line. Take a look at the pictures at the bottom of your paper. We're going to cut out the pictures and we're going to paste them next to the lines that it represents. So the first line is called the skyline. Which one of these pictures look like a sky? This one. This represents the sky. So boys and girls, you need your scissors. I'm going to cut out all four of my pictures at once. That makes it easier for me, because that way I don't have to go back and pick up the scissors again and cut again. And boys and girls, you don't have to be a perfect cutter. Just make sure that you don't cut the picture. It's okay if you cut the little lines, as long as you don't cut the picture. Okay, so I have my four pictures. And usually, boys and girls, I tell my kids if they have a pencil box to put their pictures in the pencil box. That way they won't lose the pictures. So here we go. We're ready to get our glue stick. And you don't need a lot of glue, boys and girls. All you need to do is just a little swirl. Just a little swirl on each line, in each box. A little swirl. Don't forget to put the cap back on your glue stick. You don't want it to get hard. Okay, so we said that the first line is the skyline, and the picture that represents the skyline is the cloud. The next picture is the plane line. The next line is the green line. It's the grass line. And the very last picture is the worm line. So we have the skyline, the plane line, the grass line, and the worm line. Next thing we're going to do, we're not going to color yet. We're going to look at the letter. What letter is that, boys and girls? What letter do you see? F. Exactly, the letter F. What sound does the letter F make? Who knows? Say it for me, boys and girls. That's right. F fun. F fun. Good job. Now, with the letter F, let's count the numbers. We see numbers and arrows. Arrows tells us to follow the directions of the arrow. The numbers tells us when to use it. Number 1 means I go first, then second, then third. So the first thing we're going to do, we're going to follow directions of the first number and the arrow. And it says to us to place the pencil on the skyline and go all the way down to the grass line. You're watching. Okay, now you do it. Place your pencil on the skyline. Trace the dotted line all the way down to the grass line. Look at number 2. Number 2 tells us to touch the line and move to the right. Number 3 says touch in the middle and move to the right. And that's our uppercase letter. Our lowercase letter only takes 2 strokes to make this letter. So we're going to start where it says number 1, and number 1 tells us to go up and curve around and go down to the grass line. So that's what I'm going to do. Watch me, boys and girls. I'm going to start here at the end of the arrow, go up, around, down to the grass line. Number 2 tells me to cross in the middle, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. Cross in the middle. Your turn. Go up, down to the grass line, and cross in the middle. Very good, boys and girls. Okay, let's see if we can do it all by ourselves. We're going to go down to the grass line, and number 2 tells us to go to the top and move over, and number 3 tells us to go to the center and move over to your right, and that's our uppercase F. Let me see if I can make that a little darker. Now, the lowercase letter, we're going to go down, up, around, all the way down to the grass line and cross in the middle. Yes, boys and girls. How are you doing? Very good. I know you're doing great. All the way down. We're going to do one more. Cross at the top. Up, around, down, and cross in the middle for the lowercase letter. Okay, boys and girls. It's time for us to color our pictures. So we're going to color our cloud blue, and we can also color the sun. We're going to color our airplane black for the plane line. We're going to color the grass line green, the grass green for the grass line. And you can color your flower any color you want. And we're going to color the last line, the worm, brown. Hey, buddy, you're going to be brown. There you go. Okay, boys and girls, we did it. How about that? Give yourself a pat on the back. Now, let's just review. We have our writing grid. The first line is called the skyline. The second line is called the plane line. Then we have the grass line, and the last line is called the worm line. We work with our letter F. This letter F sound is F, fun. Our uppercase and lowercase both are skyline letters. Okay, boys and girls, that was great. See you next time.